really can't wait for the day that I go viral. I went to co-ed school today and I talked with the principal. We're good over here. I know what she needs to work on. I don't need all these teachers in the comments coming, oh, I'm a teacher here. Oh, I'm a professional. Nobody asked for all that.
So there's a mom online who sees her kid's report card and goes,
"A 1?
You could have sworn the teacher came in personally to her house and caused a ruckus in order for the kid not to pass her grade. This is a 1 out of 3, by the way. But that wasn't the case. And I get it. Nobody likes seeing a low score on their kid's paper, but it happens. I was gonna go crazy with the story and I probably already sound a little heated, but I'm gonna calm down because this story is the perfect example of something bigger. Being able to read, but not being able to interpret. Functional literacy. This school really got me messed up.
So Koi got home today and her report card, these report cards are weird. I've never seen report cards like this before, but her handwriting score, all of them were 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So on this list, it says here, 1, not meeting standards at this time. 2, standards partially met, needs more time. 3, meet standards satisfactorily. Okay, so handwriting skills, print legibly using proper pencil grip, a 1. Okay.
I'm gonna decide this one using a pencil grip.
I mean, you holding it how you supposed to hold it. I don't understand how is that a 1. Okay, first name, a 1. Last name, a 1. Uppercase letters, lowercase letters. Okay, I understand she might get them mixed up. You see she only missed 3 right here for the uppercase letters, and she missed 5 for the lowercase letters. I mean, they'll get it mixed up, but she knows her ABCs. So I'm just trying to figure out, how did she score a 1 and she knows how to write her first and last name. She know how to spell her first and last name. It might not be the perfect handwriting, because my handwriting was horrible too. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what's really going on in this school. Like, I'm really about to change schools again. Coosa, I don't care what they say about Coosa County. She loved that school.
I want to read some of the comments. Everything you're showing is proof to the ones she received. If that ain't the truth, I don't know what is. Parents get offended because they in the... You're not helping your case here, but we're gonna keep going. Parents get offended because they're in the same boat as the kids. Mom, don't get defensive, just work with her. The report card clearly states a simple scale. 1, not meeting standards. 2, standards partially met, needs more time. And 3, meets standards satisfactorily. Now the mom's argument here is, my child can write her name, so she should at least get a 2. The handwriting skills section isn't just about, can your child spell their name correctly? Can your child spell their name 1 time? It's a list of skills that are bundled together. Things like printing legibly using proper pencil grip, first name, last name, uppercase letters, lowercase letters, so a kid can write their name and still not meet the standard if the standard includes multiple requirements. Now that's where the mom gets stuck. Obviously, she's treating the score like it's grading just one thing. She's thinking, can she do it? Yes, therefore she deserves a 2. The goal here was to be calm, but it's not working. I also feel the need to add, because she mentioned it, changing schools won't help anything. And when you watch the clip, just like I watched the clip, you notice things right away that explain why the teacher felt the need to give the kid a 1. The child has a pencil in a full hand grip. Now that is common for kids, yes, but if the standard is proper grip, then that's literally one of the check boxes, and it's something that can be improved. You can get little tools online, I'll put them on the screen right here, that can help your child with that. The second thing I saw in the video immediately was the capital letters and the lowercase letters. If first and last name casing is mixed up, that's another strike against the standard, against her marks, aka her grades. Another big thing that I noticed was the spacing. There's no spacing between the first and the last name, and that is one of the big issues, because spacing is part of readability, and readability is a handwriting standard. So even if the child knows her name, knows how to write her name, the teacher might be grading the skills around the name and not just the letters themselves. And here's where it also gets messy. if it wasn't already. Instead of correcting the behavior, the grip, spacing, letter sizes, casing, the mom has the child write her first and last name over and over and over again in order to prove that the child can do it. But I may argue that repetition without correction is not proof, ma'am, and you don't need to be on TikTok blasting all this business when the real issue is greater than just your child knowing how to write her name. All I'm trying to say is if your kid writes it 30 times incorrectly, the only thing I can applaud in that is commitment. She is committed to continuously doing it the wrong way. And I say she is committed. I'm not blaming the kid. I'm sorry. I have to correct myself. The mom is to blame in this. The parents are to blame. I never look at a kid and say, oh my gosh, you got a 1, blah, blah, blah. I'm saying, where are the parents? She reacted like it was a personal insult, and now nothing's being solved because of it. Until she wrote a letter to the teacher. We're gonna get to that. Something I do want to point out before we move on even further, because there are plenty of videos that she made. Obviously, we won't be covering all of them. Some people in the comment section were saying that the kid may have a neurological learning disability, which is known as dysgraphia. So I don't want to just ignore that part of the issue. I'm not the one to diagnose that, but in the meantime, maybe let's listen to the teachers. Next video says, update from Koya's teacher, and she got in trouble today.
Okay, so yesterday, y'all know that Koi got her report card, and I wrote the teacher a letter. Don't talk about my handwriting. I graduated high school, and I did some college, so anyways, so I asked for a conference and I asked for a change of classroom because I just feel like she's nitpicking with my daughter. It's been multiple occasions with her getting in trouble in the classroom for like the smallest things. The stuff is like really retarded to me. I mean, like, they're in kindergarten, they're still kids. Like, you don't have to report everything back. Like, oh, she dropped the pencil off her desk, now I'm gonna send her to the office. Like, it'd be stuff like that. Like, it's really just nonsense. So I requested a conference, and she wrote back and said that I can come tomorrow. And she also got in trouble today in school. It says Koya had to sit with another teacher 2 times for not following directions. Okay. So, I mean, I sent the letter today, and now all of a sudden she got in trouble. I mean, I really feel like it's like a little nitpicking going on with this teacher. So I'm definitely going to the school tomorrow to see what's really going on. She's over there doing her name again. She's doing the lowercase letters. Let me see if you do it a little bit better.
Like the A.
Okay, that's a little bit better. But that Y has to come down some, okay? You see how mommy did those Y's right there? Okay. See, you did good with the A's. They need to get better though. But you're doing pretty good, mama.
That is the updated video, and that is the letter she sent to the teacher. When I realized that that letter was what she wrote to the teacher, it honestly sealed things for me. It all made sense. We're gonna read the letter, and I'm gonna read it exactly how it's written. If you see me not breathing, it's because the punctuation is not there. Buckle up. Hey, Miss Kid, I'm writing concerning Koya's numbers. I've never seen a report card like this. I figured it out though. What I'm not understanding is why she scored all 1s with handwriting and she knows how to spell and write her name. Yes, I understand she gets uppercase and lowercase mixed up a little, but scoring a 1 on handwriting is ridiculous. Don't you think? Maybe as if anything. I didn't understand that. This is not to shame the mother, by the way. Otherwise, I'd be laughing. It's actually very sad. I've been having problems with her behavior nonstop about small things. I keep record of this. I need a meeting in person because this is really unacceptable. I am not saying Koya isn't in the wrong for not following directions, but some things need to be handled differently, like time out for the student when it gets too out of hand. For the teacher, could she change classrooms if possible? Koya comes home and tells me a lot about the class. Also, we just a meeting ASAP. I guess need a meeting ASAP. The teacher responds, good morning, Mrs. Hoyt. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right. Are you available for a conference on Thursday, January 22nd, 2026 at the time? ? Thank you, Miss Kid. I just know Miss Kid saw that letter and let out a long exasperated sigh. Because that is exactly how I felt when that updated video came out and I saw this letter. It's very sad. This comment I'm about to read explains exactly how I felt when reading this letter. The teacher should have sent your letter back in red. Actually, somebody in the comment section made corrections to her letter. I don't know if the corrections were right, but all I'll say is my head is hurting from reading this letter. There were also people saying, maybe the teacher has a spot in class for you as well, which she responded, and you can sit next to me. Another video comes out and she says, I know I wrote the notes on some mad she. So please stop trying to downplay my child off what I wrote. You can go down to the comment section. Nobody is talking bad about the kid. If anything, a lot of people are talking crap to the mother because this is a direct reflection of you as the parent. We're gonna move on because she is smart. You can call me what you want, but keep it cute. Thank ya. Before we move on to my next video, I just want to give a special shout out to all of my Anti-Dildo Den members. I truly appreciate every single one of you guys, from watching the early access videos to commenting, giving feedback. I truly do appreciate it. Hope you guys are enjoying the badges, the early access, as well as the longer versions of these videos that I'm posting, getting in the groove of things. Who knows, maybe I'll soon be posting extra content on top of it, but don't want to add pressure to myself. Speaking of pressure, there's definitely no pressure for anybody else to join. Honestly and truly, if you are in debt, you are on your last oodles and noodles, you are counting pennies. Even if you're not counting pennies and you just don't feel like it, please do not join. I truly appreciate those that are members and those that aren't members. And the fact that we're about to hit 200K is absolutely bonkers to me. I'm speechless. Without wasting any more time, let's get into this story, this video. I don't want to call it a mess because it's very sad.
Honestly, I really don't care what y'all talking about because I know that I'm smart. I wrote the letter just on some like mad fast stuff. Like, I know that some of the stuff really wasn't misspelled, maybe used the wrong wording, like what, you know, it's different words for, it's like 2 or 3 words for, you know, different things. So like what and what, oh, I missed the H out of what and through and shit like that. Okay, yeah. Hey, it is what it is. I could care less. So y'all can keep all that bullshit to yourself. And what you're not gonna do is downplay my child off a note that I wrote because she's very smart. So keep the stupid sideways comments to yourself because I don't play about my kids at all.
First thing, fix your smoke detector. Second thing, please don't be combative. Also, 10 points to whoever can spell what a different way that is correct. I'll start. The only way I know how to spell what, and I'm talking proper grammar, is W-H-A-T. If there is another way, 10 points to you in the comment section. Proper grammar. Someone said, this is so sad. Yes, it is. And she responds, so sad, laughing at the situation. And someone else came from her video, the letter, and said, hey, because y'all know what hey is? Y'all know what hey is? That's the clue. People were done with her at this point, I'm assuming, because she is just cussing and being mad about the situation when initially people were trying to help. So now they're gonna be petty. She gets it from her mama, LOL, and she says, with the little cute emoji. Naya wrote, y'all attacking her isn't going to change or help her situation. It makes sense why baby is struggling. Give grace, and mom, your baby does need some extra help, and that is okay. My question would be, what about the grace she's not giving to the teachers? You have changed schools 3 times and now you want to change a class? If everybody you go to says you're the problem, maybe you are the problem. With her attitude, she is literally doing her daughter a disservice. She needs to give grace to those teachers as well. And I'll leave it at that. That was a lie. I'm about to rant. Okay, so
I went to Koya school today and I talked with the principal, her teacher, and the counselor. And we were all trying to get on one accord on why Koya scored all ones on the writing, the handwriting part of the rubric. And me and the principal basically were on the same page, like on her essays and the stuff that she brought, that she showed me that Koya do in school. And her tests, all for her handwriting, they all were twos. So we were trying to figure out why did she put all ones on her report card. That don't make any sense. And y'all can see that in the last video I just posted. The principal was on my side and she agreed to change her grade to what it's supposed to be. And she got all twos now because she's progressing. She needs practice, but she is doing everything correctly. So for all you fucking haters, fuck you, bitch. And I'm not fucking slow because of that fucking letter. I wrote it fast because I didn't have any time. I didn't have time to write it, type it, whatever. I was ready to go to the school and get the meeting and all that over with. So stop fucking playing on my top. Don't play on Koya's top. And we got those grades changed. Thank you.
she writes the teacher a note and she admits that she was rushing and she was mad. Definitely took note of that because what? That part matters. It's very important. I actually had to pause and listen to the video again because I couldn't believe she said this, but it's gonna play a part in what I'm about to say next. When you're emotional, you don't process information well. Y'all know the saying, when emotions get high, intelligence gets what? Yes, it gets low. Class is in session. She's an example of that. You don't interpret carefully. You don't even ask the right questions. You just react. And that is the problem. So when she says, I was rushing, she's basically confirming that this wasn't about her even understanding to begin with. This was about her winning while she was upset. And the handwriting and grammar in her letter becomes a part of the problem because it's not about the haha, she can't write. It's about the contradiction when you look at her letter. She expects the teachers to overlook her rushed mistakes as little mistakes, but she can't tolerate her child being evaluated as needs improvement. It's not an insult. It's a correction. There's a difference. So the adult is saying, mine doesn't count, I was emotional, but the child's skill gap are treated like an attack from the school. Why is that? Somebody answer and please make it fast. If you said it's because she has an ego, you are correct. And then we find out that there's a note the teacher left about the child misbehaving, having to sit out with another teacher twice for not following directions. And the mom is framing it as, y'all are nitpicking at my child, or the teacher is nitpicking at my child. Here's what teachers have to do, especially in kindergarten. They track small behaviors because small behaviors become patterns. That's literally what it's for. To train kids on listening, following directions, taking turns, standing on task, standing in line, and basic learning behaviors. That is why they're nitpicking at your kid or providing reports that are not important in your eyes. So when the mother says not everything needs to be reported, she's not understanding the purpose of documentation. They're just trying to correct the behavior so that it doesn't spiral into something that it doesn't have to be. It's data. After the meeting, she talks to the principal, the teacher, the counselor, and the grade gets changed to a 2 instead of the 1. Could the teacher have made an error? Sure. People make mistakes all the time. Could there have been some confusion between the subtotal and the overall total? Absolutely. But the way the mom celebrates it is what I have an issue with, because the vibe is, I told y'all so. She was wrong. I was right. Instead of, okay, now I understand what the standard is and we'll practice. And if the grade changes mostly because the parent had an issue, the lesson becomes, don't improve, escalate. Don't improve, react. Don't improve, be angry, and go after the teacher and the principal, the supervisor, everybody and their mama until the grades are up. That is not... It's not resolving anything. And that is the issue that America is dealing with right now. It's part of the reason there is an illiteracy crisis happening. And I did want to start a series off a different way, but these series of videos that I saw her coming up with really just put a break in what I was trying to do, because I couldn't just let it slide. I had to come out here and spread awareness, honestly, on what is happening out there. And the series is going to be Leave Kids Behind. Now, there is positive in this video, and that is she is finally going out seeking resources that will help her child. There's definitely a lot of room for improvement, but it is a start, which is great.